to all the new inductees, and congratulations to all the students that have already been in the Honor Society. I think one of the biggest privileges that I've had in my 7 years at Constitution is to be a part of the National Honor Society School Council, where Ms. Mahdi is there with us. And Mr. Ackerman. And Ms. Miller helped that picture. And of course, led by Mr. Carpenter. He does an awesome job. I agree with Dr. Davidson that this is one of my most favorite culminating activities as well. But something that I just wanted to share with you is that every year when we start getting together and we start nominating students, there's always some students that come up and they're like, can you please nominate me? Or make sure you don't forget about me. Or they'll say things like, why wasn't I nominated? I'm a good student. I'm really respectful. And I just want you all to know that it's not just about being a good student and being respectful in class. And we'll find out soon that there's 5 tenets of the National Honor Society. But the one that I think is really important is the character one. And I think it's so important because over my years of teaching, unfortunately, I've seen somewhat of a trend of students copying or students, being kind and letting other students borrow answers and things like that. And I just want you all to know that all of your teachers really believe and really respect that you have an amazing character and that you work hard for your grades. And I think sometimes maybe while you're up at night, you could maybe copy stuff from SparkNotes or copy something from one of the, somebody. You're thinking, well, when is this ever going to pay off? And it might seem small now, but it's paying off now, and I think it's going to continue to pay off. So just know that your hard work and diligence and that great character that you possess is not going unnoticed. So what I wanted to do kind of quickly is something that you get to do in my class, and I don't always get to do it, but I love when you go around the room and say nice things about each other. So kind of what I wanted to do is say some nice things about all of you that are being inducted today. And I'm going to miss so many of you. But I'm going to start with Sunny, and I just kind of want to tell some of you the reasons why I think you're all so great. Sunny, you're awesome. And I think something that I've learned from you is that when you gave that graduation speech a couple weeks ago, Kira's crying. So, Sunny, I think something that's awesome about you is that you're so kind and you're so nice. And the theme of your speech that you read last week or 2 weeks ago made me realize, like, being kind and being nice really will just always get you to great places, like next year at Westchester and here now. So I respect you so much, and I can't tell you enough how so much the faculty has respect for you. So your kindness is just awesome, and you've had such a strong effect on this school, and I know you're going to have an awesome effect at Westchester. If anyone else wants to share and say some things, feel free. Zayan Matthews, Zaza, Zayan, I love that you're just such a quiet storm in class, and I love that last year when you were very, very shy about getting work, so Zayan's written a couple novels, and not that many people know about it, and she doesn't want people to know about it. I'm not quite sure why. They're awesome. I read one from cover to cover last year, and it's amazing, Zayan, and I love that you included me in helping you get that published last year and all that Paul Dry stuff you did. So it's really cool. And I think one of the things that I like least about being a teacher is grading. And you would write awesome essays, and the work that you would turn in, especially this year in AP, like I love sitting and reading all that stuff, and it's fantastic. So thank you so much. Kira Sloan, so happy that you transferred here in the 10th grade. I'm so happy that I got to have you in class in 11th and 12th grade. Again, I loved reading your work. The last essay that you turned in on the Awakening was amazing, and I've saved it. I also just love that you send me cool puns that have to do with English and things like that, whether you're in California, whether you're in Philly. You always find like cool stuff that shows like, yeah, these things that we're learning are kind of in other places. So thank you. You make me a better teacher this year when you would write to me stuff about Beloved, and I was like, wow, she's really thinking about this stuff. I better make sure I know Beloved. So thanks, Kira Keeks. You're awesome. And you're going to be great at Temple and everywhere else that you go. To the juniors, I'm so happy that I got to teach you. I think I'm going to miss you the most, I think, or a real whole lot. Shaq, I love that you're in my first period class, and I got to start off every school day with you being the first person in the class and coming in and smiling and shaking my hand. And I think it's so cool that you're on time every day. And I know that sounds like a silly thing, but it's an admirable trait. And if you can continue to do that with, school and college and jobs, you're gonna be successful. And it's really awesome that you come in, and even on like a Monday or a day after break, you're still there and you're smiling like, hey, Mr. Paul. And that kind of, some days when I was dragging, I was like, all right, Shaq's here, I can do it. So thanks, Shaq. I appreciate it. David Hummel, man of so many nicknames. Help me out, David, if I forget. We have Sparky Anderson, Red Dragon, Mr. Mittens. None of them have any meaning at all, but they all kind of have, share the love that I have for you. Something that you did awesome this year is we were reading Raising the Sun, which is kind of like an easier play, end of the year kind of thing, and you kind of pulled me aside and you're like, I'll read Raising the Sun, but can you give me something more challenging? And I showed you some things, and you chose Othello. And I don't know, so just the fact that you wanted to read something beyond what I was given was really, really cool. And I also love that I was able to pass down my baseball card collection. So that's kind of cool, like stuff that I had as a little kid. I know like you have them and you're using them as bookmarks like I still do. So that's awesome, David. I appreciate that. So thank you. And Kara, Kara, you're so humble, and you work so hard, and you never ever complain. And that's something that when I was thinking about everyone, I was like, Kara, she does whatever you ask her to do. She always has a smile on her face, even though, she's maybe not feeling it or wasn't into doing some of the things we asked. You're just always so kind. And those traits we really admire and really respect. So, and you're an awesome athlete. So, I got to see you play volleyball. I got to see why it says Sharkeisha on your hoodie. So thank you for being such an awesome athlete and an awesome student. So sophomores, rising juniors, even though I've never taught you, I feel like I know some things about some of you. Morgan, since last year, I would see you sometimes waiting at the L, and I was like, she seems like, kind of serious. And then here you are, 9th grade, you're doing all the student government stuff. And then this year, you're still involved in student government. You do track, and you do volleyball too, right? So I was kind of impressed just how involved you are in the school. And when you were talking about students, even though I was like, I never taught Morgan, but she seems really awesome. And you just seem like you have yourself together. And I'm upset that I won't get to teach you, but I just think that you seem really, really great. So continue to stay involved. I loved when I got to interview you last week, and you're like, I'm going to run for president next year. You just seem like you know what you want, and that's really cool. And Shamil, in talking to Mr. Todd a lot this year, we talked about AP things because it's what cool teachers do. And he was like, yeah, Shamil's really doing an awesome job as a 10th grader taking AP Spanish literature. I'm really, really impressed. So I think that's cool, and I love that you ran for secretary this year, and you just kind of went up and spoke in front of people, and I think that's really, really admirable. So I love the confidence that you possess. So thank you. In Sedera, I love the fact that you took AP this year, and even after grades went in, you still were talking to me about doing some work and getting things together. One of the things that I'll always remember is last year, I think it was Halloween, the costume that you had on as the first female pilot, and that was really cool, and it just kind of, I don't know, you always have the book that you're supposed to read in class, and you always have your own book, and that was, I don't know, and you only live 2 blocks away from me, so I get to see you in the neighborhood sometimes, so that's cool. Could I have like another 90 seconds to just talk about some of the seniors that are leaving? Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, really quickly, I wrote stuff down, but I don't think I need to. Pamela.